Hello friends, how you doing? Today I will doing a get ready with me. So I'm going to college right now. So yes, let's get it started. I will do, I don't know, something normal, something standard. And I will show you two products that I will be using. Probably I will use one off camera. And yes, let me get the things close to me and I will start talking about, I don't know, what I'm doing at college, what I'm doing in my free time, I don't know. Anything that can cross my mind, I will say in it. So let me get all the stuff close to me and let's continue. Well, first of all, I want to tell you that I will be using this primer, but I will mix it with this foundation. This foundation is thick and this is Porcelain. I don't know if you can see it. Let me just adjust the video a little bit. I don't know if you can see now. I have no idea. I'm just looking at the mirror, and the mirror I'm looking at what I'm seeing on the camera. I'm recording with a rare camera and I cannot see myself if I'm doing that. And I just mix them here in a very more friendly consistency so I can put all over my face, and yes, that's it. And this is like that, the result from mixing this with that foundation. So let me just grab a little bit. Okay, I just put some stuff here. So I will grab with a finger and I will just dot on my face. This is kind of make it a little bit more runny in consistency. If there is some place I see that is missing, I will be putting much more. But well, I'm 32 years old. I studied accounting at college and I discovered makeup just a little bit more than a year ago. I'm sorry if I cross my hand. I discovered makeup a little bit more than a year ago when I went to a conversation, a talk or a workshop, whatever you want to call it. And a guy said, well, girls should wear makeup. And I was, but I cannot find my own shade in makeup. So with some savings, I went, okay, I will be searching on internet about why some certain foundations are kind of yellow on me. And let me just see if I need to put something more. I'm sorry, I'm shaking. I'm trying to be a little more gentle. Yes, I just do this. What I do with that foundation is very full coverage, but it looks a little bit more kind of mask-like foundation when it's on. So I shade it out with that primer. And in that moment, I decided to go to investigate from the shades, and I realized that my skin tone has pink undertones. So I will be using concealer. So once that I found out all that, and I said, well, I think it's time for me to go back and check if MAC has my shade, because the last time I went there, they were not having my shade. They were run out. They was just out of stock, not run out, out of stock. And I thought that they didn't bring my shade in that moment. So I went back later on. There was many years ago, before that happened. before that conversation happened. And they didn't have my shade, but I understood that they didn't bring my shade. So I was kind of, okay, there's not anywhere or any brand that brings my shade. That's kind of, I feel very disappointed. And well, that third time, because I went to MAC twice, the first time they said it was not out of stock. The second time they were at lunchtime and the people that worked there was having lunch. I came back and they were not returned. They weren't at the store. So I said, no, I will come back another day and I will ask them. And I couldn't go for 2 years after that. Sorry. And a week after this conversation, that was August 2016, I called MAC, one MAC stores, and they said, we just get all the colors. We just restock some shades. And I say, okay. And you have very light for light skin tone? And they said, yes. I said, how much it will be the most expensive one? How much? They gave me a price. And I said, okay, I go. And there was all the savings I had. Almost all of the savings I had. And I was so surprised that MAC got my shade. And I was kind of, oh my god, that's why I have a love for MAC. Because you need to understand that I don't go to the drugstore and I find hundreds of brands. I have only 5 brands. They are internationally known, and a couple of here that the lightest shade is kind of light medium. So I cannot wear any of those. And I was so surprised, but it was a very, very, very expensive foundation. So I brought this. This is one of the things that I bought last time, and it's kind of, and they don't bring my shade. Come on, this is light enough, and you don't bring my shade. This is kind of wonderful for me to highlight. Kind of vanishes a little bit, but I use it for highlight. Yeah, couple of. It's a little bit thick, so I am not using it everywhere, but this is one of the things that I will do a haul, and you will see a couple of stuff that I'm using right now. I will just mention them only because you already been seeing this. So I went to the store. I bought my first match foundation. I got another foundation before that, 2 other foundations. Let me just grab all the stuff and continue. I was saying, and it was great to find my shade for so long that I couldn't. I have no idea if I was saying that, but let's go there. And then my journey started. I got 2 foundations before that. Yes, I was there. But they were dark. They were off color. One of them was a little bit dark and a little bit yellow. And the other one was translucent and it was way dark. The only translucent thing that I liked from that brand was the powder. That was light enough. And the concealer, that was kind of that sort of lipstick-like concealer. I will be powdering my face. Just put a little bit more foundation in certain areas, because when I record, if I don't look at the reflection of the camera, I don't know if I am out of focus or I'm shaking the camera so much, so bad. I just noticed that I can find something here that is for cars, the car phone holders, but I'm not sure about the base they have. if they're good for any kind of base, because I'm trying to get something for holding the phone so I can film, so it cannot be shaken. And that was not so expensive, so, but it's kind of, I bought that or I bought a lipstick. So I think that as long as I don't get subscribers, I think that I am not buying that thing. But well, I'm using this powder. I will use 2 powders today. I'm using the Revlon, the 10, they're Fairlight, and now I'll just add a little bit. I don't need to shake it a little bit because it has the mirror, and the mirror is kind of in, I don't have so much space. This is kind of giving me a little bit more coverage. I just put the brush in my eye, sorry. And I was saying that I'm 32 years old, I go to college, yeah. Even if I don't say something right ahead or full, maybe I can do another video about that with more questions, more stuff. But I study accounting, like I said, but I also teach there in a subject. I just teach ad honorem, that is for free, and I am not even, I cannot do so many things, but I'm an assistant there, for the professor's assistant. I teach some classes, I give some classes, I correct exercises or some stuff. I already done the subject, and that allows you to do some stuff. If the professor asks you to help them and you can say yes, go ahead and do it. And that's what I do. That's the only thing that I do. I don't have a job right now. I'm looking for a part-time job so I can complete. I am 2 years from graduation, and that is kind of great, you know. I will tell you something about YouTube when I get some stuff. Oh, I'll show you the other powder. The powder is a foundation powder or powder foundation, but it's not like a foundation. It's so sheer for foundation, so I use it as a powder. In so much from the last time I filmed that my arms are already sore. Okay, I will using this eyeshadow palette only, the magnif'eyes. I just closed it. Open it. Open. Okay. Open. I just achieved that. And I will be using some shades. Doesn't matter which ones I use. I will I will put in the description box the shades I used, but I will be starting with the transition shade. Just something very, very light. I'm gonna top off the excess. Something I do always the same situation here. I go for the darkest, one of the darkest shade. I go in there. I'm not paying so much attention what I'm doing actually. Now I just put myself in another angle. Sorry. Okay, that's what I do. Today I have class after this. Today is October 2nd. I don't know when you will see this. Probably next week. But I need to film a lot because on the week I have 2 exams next week, and I won't be able to film, so I need to film some things ahead. We'll drag brown a little bit down here. I'll do the other eye. Because of the angle of the camera, maybe it looks like I have different, the shades are not matching, but they are. Let's see, they're matching right now. So yes, let me rest the arm a little bit. I forgot to tell you, sorry, that I primed my lids of camera with this thing before I started applying the shadows. Now that it is done, I just complete if there was some patchiness there, and I will grab my fingers. My nails have grown a little bit from the last time that I put shadow with my fingers, but I will try to go with the golden shade here. Let me just put this like this. Let me just grab the shade of my fingers. I had to put the thing in another angle or it will be falling to the floor, so I know the angle was not great for me, so I picked up the shade. See how pigmented it is without my fingers get wet. And that's it. I am not doing anything else. This is what I'm going to have on the lid for today. So yeah, I have one subject to go. It's very late at night. I hated it, but it was the only way. And well, now that my eyes are done, we go for the mascara and the eyeliner off camera. I'm sorry, and I will put something that I will show you. The things that I'm using I will show you, and I will keep talking about other stuff. Okay, I will just try to zoom you somehow, but let me just zoom it like that. I just put mascara, eyeliner, and I just use some brow products. Yeah, this is the brow product I use from Rimmel. I'm still, I don't know what I feel about that. Another Rimmel stuff, I was trying the Nude, and the mascara. I'll use this one, the Classical Volum Waterproof. I like it. I like it. My lashes are naturally curled, so there's nothing. I don't need to go for the curler. I don't need to, and it holds the curl very well. Let me grab the other products that are for the rest of the face, and I'll be right back. Well, I was telling you, well, it's been a long time at college. I suffered from anxiety attacks. I'm just going to slightly get some contour. Only I use this on my cheekbones because I don't have any color on my skin. And I think it shows. I will do the other side. Just only get until here, and I just go a little bit upwards. The one cheek a little bit more defined than the other one. Let me just complete this off camera because I think that I cannot see a very good angle from filming. Well, I just contoured, and now I go for the blush. Just a couple of more, just not so much. I was using a peach tone, and I will mix it with a pink one. So what I do is I just go like this, This is how I do my makeup. After this, I'm going to college, so I don't need to be like, oh, she's getting too much, you know. I'm just, because of the shape of your face, it will be totally different than mine. Doesn't mean that if you go up here with the blush, something that I will do in a second. If you have a round face, it could be like too rounded or something different. But I want to look a little bit more slim. I don't know if I'm achieving that, but just only go like this with the blush, and then I get the pink one. This is very pigmented, so I can be like crazy. Ugh. There I go. And I just finished mixing the pink with the other one. I don't know if you can see. Here it doesn't seem too crazy. I don't know in camera. Probably I will know when I revise this video, when I check the video. So once that, the two blushes, I will show you eventually. And I will just put some, I need to buy a fan. I was about to buy the other day a fan brush for my cheeks and for the nose, the bridge of the nose. Yes, the products I use for contour and highlight, they're available in light, the Santa Rosa, Santa Rose blush, and this blush that is, I don't know if it's in America, is pink. It's very shimmery. I'll just try to show you the product only. It's very shimmery. It's pink. My favorite color is purple, and I don't like pink at all. But I know that it suits my skin tone, so I need to just go aside and say, okay, if I want something that is good and on me, I need to go to some colors that maybe I don't like. So let me just grab the lipstick and it will be the end of the video. Okay, two things left. Lipstick, I am using, I just already unscrewed it. And this shade is New Pink from, by Maybelline, the 24 Hours. And I like this. I will try to zoom you to my lips. I hope we can do that. I'm so sorry. But, let's put that again. But I have a scar here. And what it's good for this kind of applicator, I can go like this. And I avoid here. It's kind of bleeding if I don't do that. I go with a tip. I will zoom you out a little bit. I just zoomed you out. So I do this, and I don't have any problem with other lipsticks. I do have problems because it grabs to my scar and it's kind of weird. I know that the application that how I apply it is kind of weird because I am not close to the mirror, but I think that it's pretty much wonderful. This is one of the newest stuff that I got. I need to let it dry, and once it dries, I will use my homemade